Pow Wow, yo yippee yay guys, it's Pow Wow number 29. Super excited about today. We're going to dig into obviously the beauty of SwissBorg community, then talk about the markets, how's it heading with DeFi growing and going through a lot of different up and downs. Then we're going to talk about SwissBorg ecosystem with great data and yes, the roadmap and what are the next tokens that we're going to get listed. As you guys know, as always, my name is Cyrus Fazel, the proud founder and CEO of SwissBorg. Always here to serve you. I hope that you're enjoying all these different powwows and looking at this beautiful family picture. It's always growing and it's something that makes me really happy to see. If you guys don't have the picture on the board, you know what to do. Contact me via email, Twitter, or whatsoever. Just tag DAO or tag Pow Wow and with your name and we'll make it happen. Build the family picture.
Thank you so much, Cyrus. So I want to share you guys a little bit of an update with regards to influencer marketing, what it means, why it matters, and why I am so grateful to be working with such intelligent people. So without further ado, let's have a look here together. You can see behind me, guys, that I use the mass adoption curve, which comes from a book called Crossing the Chasm, a great book about technological adoption. So this is a bit different, but just to give you guys an idea and the story behind this and why it matters is, first of all, we got to really understand that it's not a company that chooses an influencer. They have so much demand that it's really the influencer that chooses us. So it is a real privilege for us to be able to work with these people to create awareness, to create adoption, and help us improve, our actual community, grow our community. So as you guys can see behind me, because I'm based in London these days, I created a real friendship with Jordan, that Martini guy. He came on Kryptonites, great guy. And he was not afraid to take the risk of starting to talk about SwissBorg when we just had the community app. As you can see behind me, we have the minimum feature set. Even though we had minimum features and our core product hadn't been released, he already started trusting our future developments, which was great because, these guys take risk. When they choose a company, if it doesn't deliver, then they get spammed. They get some serious hate going through all, channels and social media channels and stuff like that. So he kind of took the risk and believed in us in the early stages, and it really paid off because right after that, then Ivan, who's also friends with Jordan, started noticing us. We started building a relationship with Ivan in Davos. He's a great guy, extremely intelligent as well. And he wanted to analyze us a little bit more. His community started asking about us. So all of a sudden, one day, Ivan just messaged me and say, hey, let's jump on a call. I'm really interested in hearing more about SwissBorg. He was already using the app. He was already knew about us. He knew about the token, but it just needed a little more time to make sure that he was making the right call. And I think that the fact that Jordan was in it, he got interested as well. And as you can see, also, we have some European influencers. We have here Samy du Journal du Coin, French influencer, great guy, super genuine. And again, only chooses the projects that he really believes in, which is absolutely great. And we can also see Tiziano from Italy. Shout out to you, Tiziano. Thank you so much for joining the affiliate program meeting and for believing in us. It means a lot that we're growing the European community, simply because, and I know you guys really love, expanding in different countries in Asia, going to the US and all these different areas. But one thing we really need to understand is we cannot spread ourselves too thin, right? We really need to focus on the EU because there's so much potential. Just in Switzerland itself, there's still a lot of potential, and there are no real default choices in the EU that's offering the fiat gateways, the experience, the localization. So really, this is going to be our bread and butter in terms of growth. And of course, recently you guys probably heard about Michael Boxmining. He just talked about us as his top coin in 2020, especially when it comes to the middle tier, as he calls it. So small cap coins and tokens, which was fantastic. I'm sure Michael, as we move on, he's going to open up more and more about the product, etc., as we build trust through his community as well. And not last but not least, you got to understand that The moon here is in that block's late majority. Late majority does not mean anything bad, right? It just means that perhaps he was a little more conservative and more skeptical. And the great thing about Carl is that he's really open about being, a Bitcoin maxi. He's a softcore maxi. So he does believe he's starting to dig into altcoins. And I remember the first time I met him, we were sitting at this dinner party, and we're just chatting together, and I asked him about utility tokens and the token economy, and he told me very honestly, he said, Alex, I really get Bitcoin. I studied economics. I've been studying this for a very, very long time. I'm very passionate about financial markets, and it's all about Bitcoin for me. But the good thing is, he was honest to say that he only invests in things that he understands and believes in. But recently he's opening a little bit up, and it's great. He owns CHSB tokens. All of these guys own a big bag of CHSB tokens. Although I do think Carl, he will eventually rebalance into Bitcoin, but that's fine. I'm sure he'll keep CHSB tokens in the future. But just for you guys to know how this happened, how the trend happened, how it's developing. And the exciting news is I am getting contacted by more and more influencers. It does not necessarily mean that we're going to work with 100 more, right? We're going to be selective, as in those who can help, with regards to community in the EU zone. The US, we're not present. So even though some tier 1 guys from the US want to work with us, it might not happen. But just for you guys to know, it's that things have been growing very, very well. And I expect, this relationship, this bond that we've built with these awesome guys is going to continue. And that's my goal, really, to make sure not only the token goes up so that their investment is doing really well, but also keep a relationship, a real, genuine friendship, so that they actually enjoy, working with us as well as partners. So that's really my objectives for influencer marketing. Now let's have a quick look at the actual content. So you guys can see here that we had lots of cool content. You can see Top Coins 2020 from Michael Gu. We had another influencer talking about in Eastern Europe. There are some influencers from Hungary. We had some Swedish people also approaching us. And then on the other side here, we can see Ivan. He talked about us as his favorite low cap altcoins, long term. He believes in the fundamentals, and usually the fundamentals are long-term. And speaking of long-term, guys, one thing that's really interesting, and I'm probably going to make a Twitter post about this, is that BNB and Hobby token, even in a bear market, were able to grow thanks to strong fundamentals. And I do see lots of similarities with CHSB. I'm going to dive into this research a bit more, and then I'm going to come up with a cool post, hopefully, that you guys all enjoy. I hope you enjoyed that, guys, and understand better the philosophy and the ideology behind, this SwissBorg family, influencer family, and how we're trying to do our best to really keep a genuine relationship and not create just shilling, but people who actually have skin in the game for the best experience possible. Back to you, Cyrus. Thank you so much.
Taking on great minds and people. Top comment of the week, Remy, as you guys probably have seen on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on a lot of different social media. He's really helping the francophonie to get into crypto via SwissBorg. Big shout out to him. Merci beaucoup, Remy, pour everything what you're doing. You're a great guy. We met in Lyon already in the past. Hopefully we'll meet very soon as well. And obviously, you'll get goodies. We're having more and more cool goodies, by the way. We're seeing more and more of these beautiful ninja cards. We just received some new hats, which is the same black as one, but we'll have very soon, I think so, hopefully this week, these new design that I actually did a lot of that design myself. And of course, and a lot of different people within the company. Shout out to another great guy, which is Hakeem from the DAO, that has solved a lot of missions so far, that's done a lot of different AMAs, and is a French host. He's done a lot of moderation, so big shout out to him. Merci beaucoup, Hakeem, aka Dr. Gonzo, for the support and the whole the help you're bringing behind. Love the picture, by the way, with the double coins of SwissBorg tokens. It's really cool to have that. Talking about great other people, Benjamin Minsu, which is the founder and CEO of Elrond. We probably have heard about Elrond as being one of those great blockchains that have been doing a lot of noise recently. And we had a meeting together, I think it's a few months ago, and we're very excited to see what's going to be said tomorrow night at 9 o'clock Geneva time. to see, what's happening with Kryptonite. And, I was really going to talk about the Internet 3.0 and, how do you differ from Elrond to Ethereum? What's their use cases that they'll be bringing on their chain, and how are they better in terms of technology, scalability, speed, and obviously security. And really looking forward to this one. Elrond has been one of the best performing token. And yeah, I'll be super excited to see that tomorrow premiere at 9 o'clock Swiss time. The markets. Hard to perceive these markets. We had a really great bull run that was going on, and it looked like it was not going to stop until we reached the top. But right now we're doubting again, right? We're playing that range of that main support, which is 11,300, and we're flirting with that dancing move. And at the same time, we're tapping close to that 1250, 12,250 support resistance. Sorry, it's hard to see. As we broke it in the past last week, that 12,250, and it went down, that usually is not a very good signal. It doesn't mean it's a bearish scenario, but it doesn't look very good. So if we probably see that we go lower than that resistance, there's a strong chances of, unfortunately, we go back to a correction. How big that correction will be, always hard to say. But so far, we're still in that position. It's hard to know if we're going to go to new highs, or essentially we're going to fall back into the, let's say, 10,000 territory. So please check in. And the same to pretty much other cryptos. Talking about cryptos and craziness, yeah, a lot of people have heard about it. It was 2-3 weeks ago. But many people have asked us, what's that story? And behind YAM is more about the hype that's behind DeFi. DeFi space today is close to $7 billion, and the total market cap is over 350. So that means we only have 5% of our capital that is actually locked into DeFi, which is very small. We're gonna see that space gonna grow. But as we see space grows crazy and the gigantics move, there has a lot of fall downs with it, which is hype and shit, right? And we got this in 2017, and we're having this right now for many projects in DeFi space. There's a very big amount that will never produce anything, and there's a few amount that will take the world to a new financial era. And this is a good example where YAM came onto the, probably with good intentions, by the way. They said, okay, let's take the code of Uniswap, which is obviously open source. Let's then take the governance model of Compound, and then let's go with Ample's token model and make sure that we're going to build the new generation of DeFi, right? Well, when you think about it, it's quite smart, because the technology behind Uniswap is working very well. We have 200 to 300 million per day of volume. And this is not fake volume. This is real volume because you're paying gas, right? You have Compound, they have a governance token, which is, I think so very interesting. And Ample, which is, well, a token, a stable coin that doesn't work so far, right? It's essentially what it has is that the idea behind it is you have a stable coin that trades at $1 or whatever that peg currency is, and then the price is stabilized by increasing supply or restriction of tokens. So it's a way that it's not backed, but essentially the mechanism has an inflationary or deflationary method that is calculated within the smart contract and the oracle, and that enables essentially to create a really cool stablecoin. But that doesn't always work like we want, right? With smart contracts, with tech, and with products, we don't go that right. So these guys just released their token and their ecosystem within 2 weeks of work, with no bad intentions. What I probably see, they got 460 million locked in the platform within the first day, which is crazy. $460 million is just crazy. And the YAM token was trading bananas, $125, which was crazy. And then 24 hours later, you saw a bug that was found and the supply of tokens, and the token itself didn't make any sense. You could have no governance rules out of it because there was just a big amount, and the logic behind is sense that the token was worthless. So within a day, that thing just died. And now, This YAM crypto story is going to be that the bug has created YAM to 0. We're going to see a new YAM 2.0. From my perspective, just it's never going to happen, and it shouldn't happen. If you want to develop something, it just takes a long time. You can't copy paste shit and make something great out of it. It takes time to build great products and great tech, and you guys know it because it's been a long time that you're patient enough, and thanks you for that, for all the hard work we put. And it's not a team of 5 people that could change the world within 2 days. You really need a big team behind. You need products, you need tech, you need security, you need UI, you need UX, you need a lot of things to build great tech. And the good thing at SwissBorg is that we will always we'll list any tokens that we believe that we did extensive due diligence, and this is exactly the type of tokens that won't fall hopefully in our web, and we will never be able to get into our ecosystem. Community app, growing, 150,000, really good. French community is growing like well. Merci à tous les Français. It's really cool. Great to have you on the platform. More and more money when the token is exploding, right? And there's more and more incentive. I'm not in the top 100 anymore, which sucks. I'm trying to do my best to get back into that. This is really good. I saw the first pictures of the potential V2 version, which is really cool. Will not give you any false alert because we're still designing it, and it looks really nice. The rules have changed. There's a lot of things that look into it. If you think that something should be changed in the community app, maybe on this video, just comment and say what would be the best features you would like to see, and how do you want to, play it, and how long, should it be 1 month, 3 months, 6 months? What would be the different competition you would like to see on the community app, the second version of it, the series, yeah. Stats, looking good, close to 40,000 people, 40 million under management. That hasn't changed much. 7 million, same weekly volume. We have 5% of the supply of CHSB that stake within the wealth app, which is amazing. What is other great is that fees more and more. There's of today there is still 9,000 CHSB tokens that can be purchased for 0 fees, which is really good. More importantly, we have as well with this 1 million times of people have viewed the asset analysis, and I think so this is really good. It makes us confident that you guys love our tech and enjoy the data figures that enables you to trade or invest in a better way, which I think so is extremely important. Okay, now Tease of the week. We're super excited, and what are going to be the next tokens that we're going to list very, very, very soon? It's going to be DeFi. You guys obviously knew that this is going to happen. We're going to be listing really cool tokens in the very short future, which is going to be really good investment opportunities, we believe. And at the same time, we're going to be adding as well one fiat gateway, European gateway, which is really cool. Won't say which country yet. You have to guess which one it is. But yeah, we're quite happy about this. It's really cool. Now on the longer picture. Some people might have seen this. There was, some leak that went on Twitter. I don't know who's responsible for that, but it doesn't matter. I know it's with good heart. This is our roadmap that we really want to establish as soon as possible. And, we're working really hard, as always, to do the best we can. And so far, we've launched very well the Wealth app with the referral program. More coin listing is going to happen very soon. This is probably one of the biggest things. It's going to be lending program and how people could compound and do yield farming through the Wealth app. And I think so this is something that will be a massive game changer. How to implement this, you're going to see in the very near future. But is how can we always be that bridge between off-chain and on-chain we keep on talking about, and how we could get to you guys to have the best yield programs with the most secure way, the easiest way, just few clicks and it happens. This is exactly what we'll be building, and obviously they'll have a lot of cool features for you guys that are premium. Talking about premium, we are going to add a new premium, which is going to be really cool. And I'll be able to people that don't have that 50,000 CHSB to still have a great way to get a second type of premium. Obviously, they'll have the Premium Plus, which would be the SuperBorgers. You guys that have 50,000 CHSB will have the other one. It'll be smaller. We're still not sure about the amount. You know, some people have 10,000, others have 5,000. We'll see which will be the right number, but that will bring a lot of more token staked and obviously a better, grow our ecosystem where people will be happier by saving fees and having more features within the Wealth app through the premium. Last but not least, as you guys know, theme-based investments. We have been trading future themes internally for some time. We're very happy with one that we'll be offering. This is the extensive roadmap that we've been working for a long time, and we hope to deliver you guys as soon as possible. As you guys know, it's always a great pleasure to do these videos. I really enjoy the fact of how much people are commenting and how much people are sending me nice messages. If there's any subjects that we'd like to cover for next week, please let me know. Just share your love or share your doubts. Just contribute through Twitter or here and comment in this video. Like always, I do this with the bottom of my heart, and I really love doing it. So thank you so much for everything, guys. Have a good life and be safe. Take care, guys. Bye.